Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 34 on this quest for a 2000 rating on chess.com. So let's begin here and find an opponent. It's been a rough couple games, the last two games. So let's see how today goes. All right, a 1684 player, and they start with e4. So we'll play e5. They attack our pawn, we defend, and the Italian game. So we'll go ahead and play this. All right. And see what they decide to do next. All right. Well, what is best here? They're attacking us. Do we attack them? Or do we retreat? Do we capture? So our options are to capture. They would capture with the strong center. Or they could even attack us here. All right, so do we just go ahead and capture? We'll just see what they do now. Do we go ahead and play this move? Or do we jump forward here? So, do we play this move, d5? They could capture en passant, but then we could capture there. We would at least capture or attack their bishop. Or do we just play here with the queen and pin this pawn, but then they could castle? All right, well, we'll just go there, see what they do. Yeah, I definitely need to brush up on these openings. I still haven't learned them. So right now I can't remember if I'm playing this correctly. It's kind of complicated, so that's not good when you're not sure about the opening and they're complicated right in the beginning. So I think this was supposed to be the Gyoko Piano, the quiet game, but I don't know how quiet it was. So, do we just capture there? I mean, they captured us. Capture their piece there. All right, now what? Do we block? Do we block there? Probably go there. Something like that. Probably something like that. So we protect that pawn as well. So now they're attacking here. So that pretty much forces us to move this rook, I believe. So I think we have to do that. All right, so now if I attack his queen like this, attack the queen, he takes mine, I take his, so if I push my pawn to d3, attacking his queen, he takes mine, I take his. He has to retreat, but he'll be able to pick this pawn off. I guess I could get this pawn. And then what are we looking at here? He'll be ahead a pawn in the end. All right. Well, do we just attack this bishop? Or do we just move this queen? Oh, we can't block here. He'll just capture that. So we have to move our queen up, but where would be best? Let's see. Well, I guess if we go here, right into the center, the only problem is if we move our queen into the center and they capture that pawn, they can try and chase us out of there. All right. Anyway, that's what we're doing. We're going into the center there. And he'll probably just capture here in the center. I don't know. This is not looking too good. Our king is trapped in the center. All he has to do is castle here and he'll be in a good position. Okay. Well, if we attack his queen, is that just putting his queen in a better spot? All right, well, let's go ahead and do that. Jam that pawn up into his position. Where is that queen going to go? It could move down. Well, no, he can't go here. He can't go here. Can't go there. The queen's going to have to move either here or blockade here. If he goes there, it'll kind of block his knight. Although that knight could try and jump this way, off to the side. Oh man, and he's threatening to jump this knight into here and attack. Another crazy looking game. I'm definitely having some problems. Probably need to move my king up here. Okay, so he decides to do that. Now, can we just go after his bishop here that's unprotected? Does that work? If he jumps here with his knight, we can pick that off. So he'll probably have to retreat. We can pick this off. So I'm saying we should go after this probably need to go after this guy right here. So let's do that. All right, so we're going after his bishop. What is he going to do about that? If he retreats back, we pick off this pawn, and then we're aimed at the bishop again. So he'll probably have to either, he doesn't want to go here, we'll take it. If he goes here, we can capture. Then this pawn will recapture. All right, so that is what he wants to do. All right, well, we definitely want to knock that out and keep our bishop pair. Well, before I make a quick, hasty move, let me take a look at things here. Let me take a look at things. So this is going to be the big turning point in the game. So let's look at the material. We have 5, 6, 7 pawns. They have 7. We're about to pick off this other pawn here, this G pawn, once we attack. Now, I want to keep the bishop pair, most likely. So if we go here, we have a check coming on the king as well. Check. We could trade off pieces. So if we go here, though, the problem is, oh, well, then we could check him and then pick this off. Okay, so that might work. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Check. Or not check, sorry. We capture, but now we can check and then pick that pawn off. Or do we just pick that pawn off now, check him, and then pick that off? All right. Yeah, right. We can't check him and pick it off with the queen. We have to go ahead and attack first. All right, well, I guess we could just pick that off. Pick that off. Is there anything better? If we pick that off, oh, we have to watch out for a check here. Will that do anything? Check there. We can just block. All right, I say just pick this off with, give up our bishop pair. We check him. Then we pick this off. Oh wait, he can't block there. He would have to move his king. His queen can't block. Okay, so check. The queen can't block, the king would just have to move. So we might as well just do that right away. All right, well, might as well do that. We'll just stick him in the center. That way he doesn't have time to castle. So we'll just go ahead, check him. then we can pick that pawn off. Now, do we go here? No, we can just pick that off. And then, all right, so now we should probably go after this. And then we're threatening that move. We could just go ahead and castle. We could just castle. Now, will he want to get rid of our bishop pair? That is the question. So, if we go here and he moves up and attacks us, are we able to protect that bishop? And the bishop's under attack now, so we have to... anyway, we pretty much have to attack there. Okay, so he does make that move. Now, do I just march down here? Do I just march down there? Do I go here? All right, so the king is under attack. What is the best way to go in this position? The bishop is under attack, or sorry, the king. The queen's under attack, the bishop is under attack. We have to move somewhere and protect that bishop. So let us go here. All right, and now what will he do next? Will he try and bring his queen out? You know, if I was him, maybe I would want to pick off the bishop pair. So just capture, then I capture with the queen, then he brings his other knight in, attacking my queen. You know, and then what do I do? I don't know if I want to pick this pawn off because I might have to castle over here, and I don't want an open line to my king. I need to capture this. I need to go ahead and capture this pawn and have an open line to his king. All right, how will this play out now? All right, so we have the check here, the check. So we should just block with a pawn. Does that work? Just block with a pawn. It appears that that works. So we block with the pawn. He's got a queen and this other piece lined up here on this pawn. So what do we do next? I assume he wants to keep his pieces on the board there. That's why I didn't just knock out the bishop pair, because we're gonna, you know, capture this pawn and then we'll be ahead by what, one pawn. He'll have 5 and we have 5, 6, 7. So we're going to be ahead by 2 pawns. We're already ahead in material. So, okay, so he does capture. So do we have anything better? No, we should capture. Now what? Now what? We want to take out this pawn, and then maybe we can target this G pawn. We can try and get something going in there. Okay, so he just pins that. All right, well, now, do we capture there? No, we need, do we go ahead and, do we just move up there? I think we might as well just move our king up. Oh, I see, he's going to attack there. He's going to go ahead and attack. All right, well, we need to get a counterattack going for sure. So, do we go ahead and just capture this pawn? We'll just go ahead and do that. Now we're aimed at this G pawn, so maybe we can drop back and attack there and get something going. And if he attacks me with his, well, now he'll just take with this. All right, so he's just taking that, threatening to jump in with that knight. Well, now his queen. All right. Well, do we go ahead and fork these two pieces now? All right, so maybe we just fork those two pieces. What do we have? Do we have anything that can go after this king? Or after this, yeah, after his king. Should just fork the two of them. If he has to move his queen, then we can pick it off. But does he have a check in the meantime? We'll just do that. So we just fork those two pieces. What can he do? We're about to pick his knight off. And let's see here. Could he try anything crazy? Like, I don't know, where's this queen going? It has to go somewhere. He could threaten to go here. Oh yeah, that would be a good move. He could threaten to go there. You know, and then what do we do? if he jumps down here. Do we retreat our queen? Retreat the queen. Okay, that's what he did. Do we just retreat and protect the queen? All right. Okay, if we pick off that knight and he forks our king and we go here. Oh no, he can't do that because we'll be covering that. Okay, so we just do that. Now we're covering this pawn and he can't fork us anyway. All right, well, now what do we do? We go here, threaten to push that pawn forward, and we're threatening to attack his king. We're threatening a mate, actually, right here. So we're threatening mate. Queen to g2, or queen captures there. Okay, he saw that threat. Well, now if we attack his rook, and then, okay, that might work too. We just go there and attack his rook. And so now he's kind of in trouble because if he moves that rook, if he moves it away somewhere, we can just promote. He'll have to capture. Okay, well now we can just checkmate him, I believe. All right. Well, finally we got a win in there. And he wants to play another game, it looks like. Well, I don't know if he... but I need to do a game review. So, yeah, he really wants to play another game. But I need to do this game review. So, that way we can knock this video out before it gets too dark in here. Let me... All right, so we played at 91.3 versus his 74.4. Oh man, so finally I had a good game here. No inaccuracies, no mistakes, misses, or blunders. Man, this guy probably thinks I cheated because usually you don't have these too many of these games with no inaccuracies, no mistakes. You know, a lot of times I'm lucky enough not to have blunders, but usually I have some kind of miss, a mistake, or an inaccuracy. They had 3 inaccuracies, 2 mistakes, and 1 miss. So, let's see here. It says, good job building a lead and not letting up. Okay, so this was a tricky opening. I definitely need to take a look at this, the way it played out. So they captured, I captured. Then I blocked here when they checked. So I had to stop this pawn. But I was able to push forward here and attack their queen. So these pawns really helped me in the game. All right. Oh man, and wait till you see what level I played at. So yeah, I'm happy with this game. Finally, a pretty good game. So yeah, checkmate there in 24 moves, and it says that I played at a 2200 level versus his 1600, which he was rated 1674. And it says you really outplayed your opponent in that one. Your opponent had a good opening, but you were on another level. Okay, well, I guess I played the opening a little better than I thought, but I definitely need to review it and take a look at the moves. You overpowered your opponent in the middle game. Okay, well, let's do a quick analysis and find out what was missed. All right, so back to the beginning. We'll take a look at this. So e4, e5, knight to f3 attacking the pawn. We defend with the knight, and bishop to c4, the Italian game. So now we play bishop to c5, the Giuoco piano game, which is, I believe, the quiet game, because it's supposed to be, I guess normally it should be a quieter game, but instead it ends up getting crazy. So they play c3, which is a book move, and it looks like knight to f6 is best, which is what I played. And now they follow up with their plan. They push c3 to be able to push this d pawn up to d4. So they go ahead and play that. And second best is that they could just play d3 here and fortify this pawn. But it gets kind of wild with this. It looks like capturing is the best move, and I wasn't sure about that because I thought, well, then they could try and chase my knight. So I capture, and it looks like the best move is to chase the knight, or at least attack the knight. Second best is to capture here with the c pawn. But then that could allow a possible check by this bishop here on c5. All right, anyway, they attack. And here I was thinking about this, and I thought I remember when I was studying that I should play this pawn move up here to d5. And it says that's the best move to play. So I guess I remembered it, or luckily I was able to find it. And now it says they should play bishop to b5 and pin. Instead, what did they do? They attacked or captured my knight, and it said that is not the best move. So instead, they should have pinned my knight to my king. And then knight to e4 would have been the best move. Jumping your knight up forward into their position. So I don't know. We'll take a look at that. They should have gone here, bishop to b5, pinning our knight. This knight is still under attack, so knight to e4. Then they would capture, and we would go, looks like we would retreat. And then they have bishop to e3, or knight to c3. So knight to c3, it looks like we should just go ahead and castle. Either way, our next move is castling. And then, or we could castle now, and then they would castle. But anyway, that's what it says they should have played. But instead, they captured. So if we go back one, here, instead of pinning the knight, they capture our knight. So capture, and that's an inaccuracy that now black is in the lead here. And it looks like our best move, of course, is to capture their bishop. And then, let's see, best for them is to capture the g-pawn, or capture here with c takes d4. So then, if that happens, we should capture with our bishop. All right. Okay, so after captures, how did we continue here? they go queen to e2 with check, and that's a miss. It looks like instead they should have just captured that pawn immediately. Our best move is to block with our bishop, which is what we did, and it says that's a great move. Then now black is ahead by, almost 2 pawns worth of material according to that. So they capture, that's their best move. We play rook to g8 to stop this pawn. And then I was kind of worried if they could find some way to pick this pawn off and then attack my rook, I could be in trouble. So bishop to g5 is best, and that's what they played. And now queen to d5 is the best move, which we were able to find. So c takes d4. Looks like that is best. But they didn't do that. Instead, they wanted to protect their pawn, and that's a mistake. So it looks like the best way forward would have been to capture, because now this knight can jump up here and attack our queen. And then it looks like knight captures, knight captures, bishop captures, and then f4. That's interesting. f4 is the best move. So what is the meaning behind that? Maybe to be able to jump, to protect this. They have to protect the bishop over here now. So now it looks like, oh man, well that's interesting. It wants h6. h6, or bishop takes g7. So how does that even work? How can we just capture on g7? Oh, sorry. Where is that? Yeah, back here. I was looking at the position wrong. I was thinking capture up here. But bishop to capture this pawn, it likes that move. Or h6. Why would you do that? The bishop would just capture. Oh, to let you be able to castle long. But anyway, before I dig too deep into that, we had bishop to f6, and that was a mistake. So instead, they should have traded off here in the center, it looks like. And now we have d3, a great move. So was that the best move? Probably, yes. It says d3 is the best move, attacking the queen. So that gives us the initiative here to force them. The queen cannot come forward because we're covering everything with the bishop, the knight, and the queen. So it has to step off to the side somewhere. And it doesn't want to go here. It'll block in its own knight. So the queen moves up here, and it says that's good. But the computer actually said that d2 is better, leaving that knight blocked in. So now we have queen to f5, and better would have been to check immediately. So queen to e4 check. Yeah, that's interesting, because this queen to e4 move is better. I don't know what I was thinking, that he could have blocked with his queen, but I forgot about this pawn. So I should have checked immediately there. But instead I go over here. I'm trying to remember my reasoning for doing that. Oh, attacking this unprotected bishop, of course. Okay. But it would have been better to just check right away and force that king, because if going here, well, I guess he still has to protect this. So this move is still good. the bishop has to do something. It jumped up here, and that's an inaccuracy. Bishop to h4 would have been better. So bishop to h4, then what? Then what do we do? Well, at least that would allow the bishop to drop back here and provide some protection. Let's see. Then it calls for just capturing here. Then they could castle, and the queen could put on pressure, but this bishop could block. All right, so moving on. In the game, this was played a mistake. So it looks like bishop capturing is best, and then the queen check as well. But we capture here. Now it's saying the knight captures best to keep our bishop pair, at least for a little while. And now bishop takes d4 would have been better, but we check. Let's go back to that. Oh, that's only, well, it's the second best move. So we go there. Then the king has to move, of course. And now capturing is best. And it looks like knight to c3 would have been best, and then we just capture that knight. But we have this move. Now the computer's saying that that is best. All right, I better finish this up because it's starting to get dark in here. Hopefully you all can still see me and it doesn't look like I'm in a cave. All right, so now it's saying queen to g4 is the best move. That's interesting. Queen to g4. Queen to g4. All right. Oh, I see. Queen to g4. Then you're able to drop back here and pick this off, and you're still protecting that. Okay, anyway, we drop back here. The queen checks. We block. They capture. We capture. Now the rook moves in to pin this bishop to the king. So we capture here. And now they capture, and that's an inaccuracy. Queen to a5 would have been better. So let's see. All right, they're asking for queen to a5. I guess you can swing over here and maybe try and protect. Oh, I see. Put your queen in the middle, try and trade off queens maybe to lessen the attack that's coming. So what was that? Queen to a5 is what they were asking for. So they're saying that's best, and that from there we should go up here, king to d7, to guard this square here and prevent the queen from coming in. And then they're saying queen to c3, jumping over here and attacking our queen. All right, anyway, moving on. They played this capture. So then the best move, it looks like, is d2. So I definitely did not see that move. I guess that attacks the rook and threatens to pick the knight off with a check. So let's take a look at that. So knight takes. Now they're saying b5 was the second best move and keeps us ahead there. But this is kind of crazy. d2, attacking the rook, and then the best response is to capture here with check. Knight takes d2 is second best, but at this point white is just ahead by quite a bit here. Okay. Well, what if they just block there? I mean, I guess either way you're getting this knight. on the next move. You know, with a check there if they move that. All right. Anyway, this is bad for white already. So in the game, we had queen to a5, which was recommended, but knight to c4 happened. So then we attack their queen, and at this point, black is ahead. Rook to e4 is the best response here. So rook to e4, attacking. Oh, that would have been tricky. So rook to e4. Huh. Yeah, that could have been a tricky situation. If we had rook to e4, then it says to capture. I would have just captured the rook. Oh no, I couldn't do that because they could fork me. So I would have to do that. They would capture. Oh, but we can still capture their queen. Although, even better, it says instead of capturing there, is to go here. Oh man. Now their queen can move, but where does it go? Queen to d1. And now we have d2 check. All right. King is forced over here. And now, oh man, now we can castle this way. Get our king a little bit safer. And activate this rook to protect the pawn. Then it looks like g3 to give some breathing room here. And then bishop back to e2. Man, oh no, wait, that's not e2. Excuse me, let me take that back. And it's really starting to get dark in here, so I'm going to get ready to finish this. Oh, okay. Yeah, this bishop to e2. So this is kind of a tricky tactic. The queen, if it moves, you're going to just promote. So capture, queen, capture, rook captures. The king is forced to move, and then you can just pick off this other rook here and just be ahead of rook in the end game, and you'll win. Okay, back to the game action, the final ending here. They move up here, threatening to pick this off, but we're able to just capture, and that's best. They attack our queen, but now, what do we do here? What do we do? Oh, we go ahead and retreat back, and it says that's the best move. So if I go here to attack the rook and check, they could pick me off. Then I could check, or they would just move their rook. I mean, I guess we could take a look at that. What happens if I do this? Well, then B takes c4. Yeah, the game wouldn't be ending too well like that. Oh, because they can just, well, can they block? What if we did this? Oh, we're still pinned. Okay. Forgot about that pin there. Okay, yeah, that would have been terrible, so don't do that. So we drop back to here to protect everything. And then this move, rook to g1, it says that's excellent, but f3 would have been better because now we have that. They move there, which is a mistake, leading to a mate in 1. f3 would have been better. So let's look at that. f3, and then it looks like we should just capture. That's best. The king would have to capture, and then we can go rook to d8 up here, and we're just, we'd be winning there. So in the game, we had rook to d1, and it leads to the end with check. And so, well, checkmate here. All right, well, it's very dark in here, so hopefully you can still see me. I'm going to end the video. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe for those that haven't already. Feel free to leave comments or suggestions, or any requests for things you would like to see in the future on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and have a super chess day.